was going through Canva Apps the other day, and I found a few new ones that are absolutely going to change the game for your designing on Canva. So no diddly-daddling over here, we are going right into it. So the first one is a new way to put images behind text. Prior to this, the only way to do this was to use the set standard frames that Canva provided, which was just one font, or you'd have to know how to use Photoshop. But now that is no longer the case. So to get to these apps under the new Canva UI, just under the side here, when you see your design elements text, if you scroll down, you're going to see apps, and we're going to click on that. So there's two apps that do this, but the one that I like is not this one here. There's Type Cutout, or there is another one called Font Frame, which they do the same thing. I just happen to be using this one, and I like this one a little bit more. And what you can do is you can choose the image that you want as a background. So I've uploaded this image here, which is an image of a sunset at a beach, and I can change the scale so I can zoom in and out over here if I want to move this closer. And then I can also change the text. So I don't really want hello world. Maybe I'm just gonna put hello beach. Don't really like the look of that one, hello beach. But there are more settings here, which was the big issue previously, is that we can only have one type of font. But with these settings over here, we can go in and we can change the font to anything that Canva has in here. So let's find another one. Let's do this one. We can see what it looks like. We can change the alignment. We can change if it has an outline at all, or we can change it to none. And we can change that. We can change the spacing, the line spacing. So we have so much more room for customization for this image behind a font than was previously offered by Canva before. And now once you add it to your design, this is what it looks like. So much easier than previously when you needed to go off of Canva to make something like this happen. The next game-changing one that, again, you needed to use Photoshop to be able to do this previously is called Transform Image. This allows you to add perspective. So if you take a look at the woman standing here, she is slightly shifted away from the camera. She is not facing forward. And if you are making mock-ups, you need to make sure that your image looks as realistic on a t-shirt or whatever product you sell as possible. And if the perspective of the image and your file does not look the same, then this is going to scream that this is a fake mock-up. So now what you can do is choose your file here, upload your design PNG, and then what you want to do at the side here is you can change your zoom, but the main thing is if you grab the corner of your design here, you can shift it up and down. If you move it side to side, we can shift it slightly. So I do wish that this was overlaid on top of the design, because right now it's kind of a guessing game. She is slightly turned, so let's try this. I'm going to add this to design and then see how this looks. So that actually looks pretty close. Because that one was a little hard to see because of the color contrast, I just did it again on this gray shirt here. And again, you can play with this. If it's slightly off, you just slightly adjust it again and re-add it to your design. And then you can keep doing it until it looks as realistic as possible. This is a huge pet peeve of mine, is when I see mock-ups that do not match, where the person is shifted away, but the design is not. Again, people are not going to buy from you if your mock-up does not look realistic, because it just looks fake and they're not going to trust what they buy. The next one has existed on Canva for a while, but I never used it because it wasn't quite the best. It was still better to go and use Photoshop, but I noticed they made massive updates to it to actually make this usable, and this is TypeCraft. So coming into TypeCraft over here, you can type in whatever text you're looking for. You can pick the style. You can change the font, which is huge, to, again, any of the Canva fonts that you can find in here. There's some new ones that I actually have never even seen before. So perhaps this even has more than just the Canva regular fonts, because this I've not seen, but it looks wonderful. But let's see. I like the college fonts usually. University. Let's go with something like this. Then you can change the style if you want it to be an outline, unfulfilled. You can change the colors. But the big thing that they've added here, which changes the game, is called mirror points. So if you select horizontal, whatever you edit on one half of this is also going to reflect on the other half. And the issue before was this wasn't a thing. So if you were trying to measure this out, your sides would often look very weird. They weren't symmetrical, which was a big issue. So on this, I can edit this and both sides are going to be edited. I can undo it. I can make this taller. Maybe I want to edit this and bring this down. Let's change vertical. There we go. We can play with this here. I'm going to reset shape here and actually recreate something I would use. And the use case in which I see myself using this the most is to create an arc. And this is for the current jersey style that's doing really well on Etsy or anywhere really, which is having this arc with not using a curve, but an arc is very different. So what I would do is select the horizontal mirror point and then grabbing the bottom of one side here, I'm going to drag it down slightly like this here. And that is probably all I would do. I can make this larger if I want, but this is a style that I've been seeing doing really well on Etsy. So I'm going to add element to design. And now I have this beautiful arc design that looks like a college university style. You can keep going through the fonts till you find one that you like more. And again, you can keep changing the text up here if you would like, but this is how you can make this style. Because previously, again, you needed to go to Photoshop to be able to create something like this with Canva. The next game-changing one that I want to show you is called Frame Maker. So I actually did a YouTube video on how you can turn any image into a frame using Canva and using Photopea. Unfortunately, some people's computer, it doesn't seem to work on. It still works on mine. It seemed to be about 50-50 on the comments on if this worked for people. So here's a new alternative to making sure or turning any image that you'd like into a Canva frame. So the first option here is you can make one yourself. So you can add in new points. You can change these points here. You can add in a new point by pretty much triple clicking and then changing these around, and you can make your own custom shapes. But this can take quite a while depending on what you want to make. But they also have a paid option under Convert. So under Convert here, what you can do is you can click on Try Frame Maker Pro, and it's going to take you off of Canva first because this is a separate app that is integrated into Canva, but we're going to open this here. And then they do have a 7-day free trial if you would like, but if you want to continue using these, then you can pay $9.99, and with this, you can convert any design into a Canva frame. So if you sell Canva frames or a lot of your designs require frames in the back, this is an option that you can use. There is one other app that can do this for free called Image to Frame. The problem is the results aren't the greatest that I've checked. Anything with a complicated or lots of points to create this frame seems to cause an issue. If you have a very simple star, heart, this should work. But to show you an example, if I bring in the earlier image we created, and then I hit add image to frame, we get something like this here, which has a bunch of weird data points, which makes our frame not look that great. So you can give this a try and see if it works for your design. But again, if you have something more complicated, either try out that free version that I had created. I'm going to link the tutorial up next so you can see if it works for you first. And if not, and you still really want to make Canva frames, then you can use the paid version of this that I just showed you before. There are so many new Canva apps, but these are the ones that I went through that I actually could see myself using on a daily basis, and things that will actually help your Canva process, things that I've literally done for my designs, but done them in Photoshop because prior to this, again, it was not possible until now. So if you use Canva on the daily, make sure you go and give these a go. And if you have any other Canva apps you'd like to recommend to me, let me know in the comments below. And look who came to join us to say goodbye and end off this video. It's my kitty Leo with his really funny haircut. If you learned anything new in this video, please drop a like and subscribe. It would help my channel so much. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.